All right.
I mean, if someone is looking at us at home, you know, and just being like, what's the enjoyment in all of this? Like, why are you out here in the fucking cold being miserable? Which we're not, obviously.
No.
But, like, what do you tell them? Because, like, it is snowing and it's cold and it's a tough trip. You know, not a lot of people can do it. There's a lot of discomfort.
Everyone can do it. I think people are amazing at survival. A lot of people who don't think that they would enjoy it would actually end up enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think a lot of people limit themselves.
The thing for me is if you have like the right gear which makes you feel safe, because you can feel really in danger in situations like that. When you're in the middle of nowhere, I don't know, you're like, your shoes give out or like you don't have a backup jacket or something. I don't know, like, you know, like if you don't have enough of a security to feel safe in this environment, it can feel really dangerous because you are in the middle of nowhere. But once you do, I think for me, of course, with the right people and everything and just seeing nature, there's always at some point of the trip a certain sort of magic. It just comes out in really subtle ways. And if you're able to kind of see it, it brings you back.
I think everyone is able to see it, but not everyone is able to or wants to put themselves in these situations where they can see it.
Yeah. You have to first go out there and do something that you actually want to do, that you're curious, that you're excited about, and then the magic will reveal itself. Because there's always a moment within these trips that there is a certain type of magic.
It does also help that it's a trip and not like
Forever.
this is if this was my current situation of living, I would be looking for ways to not do this.
Yeah, of course. And that's what humanity has done. But in doing so, we kind of got disconnected from this. Right.
Like people made life easier and easier so they could have more and more time, but then that time got hijacked by even bullshittier stuff.
The mallet. We refound it. That's true.
We're home, baby.
I think a lot of people limit themselves.
They have limiting beliefs about themselves, and also like they've experienced discomfort, and they think like, oh, that's like, if you're cold in your own home, that's kind of different than being cold here, because you're like, oh, I could turn on the heating, like, what's going on? Like, this is now the comfortable part of my. I think I really love being occupied with chores and having things to do. You're just kind of like living. I have really high cap thoughts and really like higher order like ponderings of the universe than like at the campfire. But then puttering around during the day and like in the morning having something to do, it really works for my morning anxiety for sure.
I think it just puts you here in the moment, in the present.
You're closer to your like basic animal needs.
As long as you do it responsibly.
Yeah, exactly.
There are ways to do this responsibly. Like, we're out here responsibly. You know, it's fucking snowing and it's cold.
Yeah, dude.
But we have the knowledge and the tools for us to be able to do this safely. And you can't do it without it. You know, I'm not like, I didn't go on my own until I've done this a few times, you know, where I'm like, okay, cool. I've accumulated everything that I need to know to be able to do it alone.
Well, actually, I did my first solo trip without having much knowledge. I was just like, okay, let me just like look what I kind of need, and then I do it, and I just get my basics covered. But then I'm like,
You go to a safe enough place, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's what you did, right? You got the knowledge online, and then you got the experience.
Yeah. I think a part of me though likes the ignorance of it sometimes.
Ignorant?
Yeah.
Yeah. But to a certain point, you can't just be ignorant.
Not about everything. Yeah, exactly. To a certain. Yeah, exactly.
Because if you are, then that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Because you can end your life.
That's what we saw in the water.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's a weasel.
Yeah, I believe him. Cool.
We're doing the longest official portage in Algonquin Park. And this is more or less our last portage. It's done this way so that we're actually nice and light. Instead of doing it at the beginning of our trip where we have all our food. Now, hopefully, 5,400 meters will be a breeze.
Yeah.
Never thought I would say that, but here we are.
Imagine all the calories that we carried on the last portage went here, and then we essentially left it on the lake as heat.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. You okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
yeah.
Did you hit your knee or anything?
No, that was lucky. I slipped, but my knee did not hit the rock.
You're okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd enjoy these trips if it was just like a 2-day trip, like a weekend trip. Maybe in a different scenario.
They have
but,
their
like,
magic.
They have their magic, yeah, for sure. I guess
Slightly different, yeah.
slightly different thing, yeah, exactly. I mean, well, that's intense. Maybe it's a good way to get into it, right? Do a weekend trip with a friend or two, make a campfire, talk about life.
Exactly.
You'll feel it. That's all it takes.
And it's a difference between like a 5K run and a marathon.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
One is an adventure, one is more like, hey, let's just be together and talk.
Like this morning, when I got cold. Like I noticed like I was in my sleeping bag, which also had the emergency blanket inside, and I had about 4 layers on top of me, like clothes. And I still noticed my like top like shivering, and I was like, dude, that's not fun. But then I saw the snow and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's a give and take, I don't know.
It always is.
Yeah, my toes are frozen.
Yeah.
We didn't finish yet.
Yeah, we did. We finished all the...
Well, it's the same lake where we started.
All the things that broke this.